Cowardly little lion! The crowd yelled louder. He can't hear you, the snake lashed. Cowardly little lion! The crowd thundered, shattering the land. The snake dropped at his finger, and the Princess Nus realized that the young child missing for breath. His mother and father crumbled into sobs. Cowardly little lion indeed, said the snake. His eyes flickered to Sophie and Agatha. Well, then, let's see if he comes out of his cage. He whirled to the mob and, with a wave of his hand, snuffed out the sea of torches. The stage plunged into darkness. In the vast, empty night, 2 dozen nooses glowed green, processing like electric eels, lighting up the prisoners with heads looped through. At the front of the stage, Sophie and Agatha faced off against the snake, awash in the gallows' alien green haze. Beyond the iced walls, the crowd was hushed in the dark, like an audience in waves of a play. Sophie could see them looking back anxiously, searching for any sign of Tedros. Perhaps we shouldn't wait off this lion so soon. By now, he knows of your predicament, the snake said to the girls, the edge coming off his voice. I'll give him 10 more seconds to show his face. Neither Sophie nor Agatha moved. Aren't you going to help your friends? The snake said seriously. 1, 2, go! Kiko shouted. Sophie turned to Agatha. I'll take front row. He's lying, Sophie, Agatha breathed. 3, said the snake. Sophie took off, shooting the back nooses with her pink glow. Agatha unleashed her gold glow at the front rows. It's not working, Sophie shouted. Magic won't break it, said Dot. Try something else, said Anada, her free west dangling from tiny nooses next to her. 4, 5. Break the wood, Nicola cried, eyeing the beams over their heads. Agatha and Sophie both fired at them. The beams only turned thicker and stronger. 6. Hurry! Hester bellowed. Sophie magically sealed the trapdoors around her feet, but the doors grew weaker, threatening to break. Spells are backfiring, Hot said. 7, 8. Sophie shot the frozen walls with her glue, hoping to shatter them and let the crowd storm in. Nothing. 9. Agatha climbed the beams and tried to undo the nooses by hand. They shocked at her like lightning, and she fell to the platform. 10, said the snake. The 2 girls turned to him, panting. And still no lion, the snake tooted. So now the real show begins. He opened his palm, and a pack of playing cards appeared with a tuft of smoke. He spread them out in his fingers, revealing some of their faces. Not cut faces, Sophie realized it. Actual faces. For each of the cards had a prisoner painted on it. Dot, Borden, Nicola, the King of Bloodbrook. Each of you takes a turn picking a card, the snake said to Sophie and Agatha. Whoever you pick, they're their jobs. The crowd drew a breath, cocking towards the horizon like panicked chickens. Suddenly, Tedros would stop this. Surely he would slay this villain the way King Arthur has slain many before. Why are you doing this? Agatha wept. The snake's eyes glittered like gems. Ask my father. He held out the deck. Pick. Sophie looked at Agatha, paralyzed. Agatha slackened, her cheeks bright red. Then she picked the first card, the back of which painted with the snake's crest. Her hands shook as she turned the card over. The face on it was Kiko's. The door under Kiko's feet dropped open, but Agatha was already diving, snagging her friend by the legs and pulling her back onto the platform so she couldn't fall through. It happened so fast that the crowd didn't make a sound. Agatha stayed on her knees, hugging Kiko's calves with all her strength, as Kiko hung from the noose at an angle. If Agatha let her go, her friend would drop and break her neck, which means both of them were trapped in their position. Don't leave me, Sophie heard Kiko whimper. I won't, Agatha assured. Bad things happen when you leave me, Kiko said. Bad things happen to all of us. Your turn, a voice said. Sophie looked up to see the snake glaring at her. He held out the deck of cards. There was a flatness in his eyes, a ruthless insistence on the rules of the game, as if he knew precisely how it would end. Pick, he said. Sophie did. The card was Nicholas. Across the platform, Nicholas' trapdoor opened. In a flash, Sophie sprinted across the stage and tackled the first year just before they fell through, shoving her to the side of the opening and holding her by the ankles. Sophie looked up and saw Nicola goggling at her. Agatha too. Guess we are friends now, Sophie said to Nicola. With no sign of Tedros, the crowd refolded, battering the walls with renewed force. Suddenly, 30 young pirates broke through the crowd, seizing the hardest protesters from behind, swords to their necks. The rest of the mob went quiet with fear. It seems we have a dilemma, the snake continued, watching the two girls in opposite corners, clenching their friends. Because someone has to pick next. Neither girl budged. The terrified crowd glanced between them and the snake. Oh, I see, the snake said. It seems you're both a bit tied up. Well, then. He held out the deck in his open palm. I'll pick.